What's going on, YouTube? It's Kibo here. I hope you guys have been doing well. And real quickly, before we get into the three main points that I want to talk about in today's video, I just want to say thank you guys, man. The support recently on the videos and the live streams has been insane. We just crossed over 190 members for the streams, and the videos recently for this entire month have been doing so well to the point where we passed 2,100 subscribers. So shout out to everybody that's been in the community. Shout out to everybody that's new here, and thank you guys for all the love and support, and even some of the negative comments and negative feedback that I get about what I have to talk about in these Call of Duty videos. But yeah, just thank you guys so much for all the love and support. There's three things, though, I want to go over in today's video. I want to talk about content creators defending the current classic matchmaking system that they implemented with Season 5 of Black Ops 7 and that we're going to be using with MW4's beta. And I also want to go over two things that you guys have been commenting and questioning. The first one is, who do we blame for Call of Duty's downfall? The devs, the players, or Activision? And then I also lastly want to respond to some comments about the cheating for the Black Ops ports, because for a lot of you guys that are quote unquote being negative about it and saying all this other shit, I just have a response for you guys, okay? First things first, let's talk about the content creators that are defending the current skill-based matchmaking, classic matchmaking system that we have with Season 5 of Black Ops 7. PhierceFPS, who we've covered on this channel about his beef with Nero Cinema, he tweeted this out right here early in the morning today. And just to give you the quick TLDR, he's basically defending the matchmaking system without actually defending it. He's basically saying that people just want easier games in Call of Duty lobbies now. You know, they don't want to accept the fact that they just had a bad game or they're bad at the game. And TheGhostOfHope had a great response. He said this: most people don't want bot lobbies in Call of Duty. They just want to play with their friends in lobbies where everybody is different skill levels instead of facing people who match the person in your party who is the highest skill level. We also want it to where when we search for a game, it doesn't take 30 seconds to a minute to find a game because they set a bunch of dumbass parameters to find players. Also, stop the BS about people hating old games matchmaking. That didn't happen, which is true. I feel like for a lot of people, the big reason why SBMM and engagement optimized matchmaking became such a huge topic to talk about and be very negative on is because it genuinely is bad. When a group of people, when a community of people start talking negative about something, that means that, yo, everybody has a similar experience that is bad and not wanted at all, right? So I just cannot believe how we have a content creator trying to defend the current classic matchmaking system. It's like, it's not just a one and done sort of case. It is multiple of cases that are complaining about it. And to their point, it's probably a problem. So I just don't understand how we can come out and say this and text this out onto Twitter. And I really hope that Fierce makes a response video to TheGhostOfHope and maybe even me. But to give you guys an example of how booty butt ass crack cheeks the classic matchmaking system is for Black Ops 7 Season 5 and what we're going to be getting with MW4, this is how cheeks it is, man. Shout out to Yoruichi from Bleach, but this is how much booty the classic matchmaking system is and how skill-based matchmaking, engagement optimized matchmaking has completely ruined modern Call of Duty for a lot of people. All right? It is straight cheeks. Oh my God. But the next thing I want to do is talk about this conversation that was brought up within my community. Brian Barber, who is a constant supporter of mine, shout out to him. He questioned me a couple streams ago about who do we put the blame on for the downfall of Call of Duty and how modern Call of Duty games are just not that good anymore compared to what we had even, 15, 14 years ago with like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. And I think the answer could be a multitude of things, like the player base is changing and what we want as a community changing. We could even, argue against the devs, but I feel like at the end of the day, we have to put blame and shame on Activision, man. We got to call these guys out. We got to say some very negative things and very hurtful things as well to Activision, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that are dictating everything about Call of Duty. Like, the devs are the ones developing the game and making the core choices, but at the end of the day, what gets scouted the most and overseen all of that, right, it is Activision and their decisions and what they decide with the matchmaking, the content, what they do. All of that is overseen by Activision, man, and they have the final say. They have the final decision, and they are the ones that are making these big decisions about the matchmaking, about the content, and about the gameplay, and the whole marketing, the advertising, and they basically choose the direction that Call of Duty goes in. So I feel like at the end of the day, you can have your gripes and your hate towards the Call of Duty community for always staying loyal to the game, complaining, crying, whatever. You can complain about the devs looking a certain way, supporting a political party, which is a big point that I see people make. You can blame those two, parts of the community that make up Call of Duty, but I think at the end of the day, if we're talking about it in a logical sense, we have to put full blame and shame onto Activision for ruining Call of Duty, man. They are the ones that have the final say. They're the ones that have all the money, all the profits, all the revenue, and they're the ones dictating the show. And they've dictated Call of Duty to such a bad point, to the point where everyone is quitting. Everyone's done, especially after the Season 5 update, man. Nobody likes Call of Duty anymore, and nobody can trust them, which is honestly a good thing, because these corporate rat suits at Activision don't know any better. We've talked about it multiple times on the videos and even the live streams. We've gone on full-on 20, 30-minute rants about how Activision doesn't know what they're doing with Call of Duty and the community, man. I think people forget how much of a hard job it is to build a community like Call of Duty where they're that loyal to try out every single game every year. Maybe it's a bad thing, but at the end of the day, every other gaming development team and gaming company, publisher, whatever you want to call it, would kill to have a community like Call of Duty that just plays any game, buys it, tries it out, and gives their opinion, man. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to that kind of conversation that Brian Barber had, I think we really need to put blame onto Activision. I feel like we should all be directing our negativity, our hate, our positivity, whatever. You should direct all your feelings and thoughts of Call of Duty to Activision, because they are the ones playing with the strings, playing on the community, playing on the devs, and they're the ones signing the check, getting all the money, and yeah, they do all that and continue to fuck up everything with Call of Duty. Now, the next thing and the last thing I want to talk about is responding to some of the comments we've been getting on this video called Rip the Black Ops Ports, where I talk about the cheating and the hacking and the exploiting, and how I really want to have these ports be safe to play because I don't want my experience ruined. Like, it was just a video of me getting on my knees, begging and asking Treyarch and Activision to keep these ports safe and to keep updating them and fighting against cheating, because this is the best thing that Call of Duty has done in literal years. I mean, the player counts don't deny that. The fact that it was the #1 and #2 games on the PlayStation Store for literal days speaks to that as well. I feel like for a lot of people, we just want these games to be playable again and to be safe to play. So we don't have to be sus, we don't have to be worried about cheating or exploiting, ruining our experience. And for a lot of comments under that video, we have 69 comments. Most of them are saying, oh, it doesn't matter because I'm not dealing with cheaters. Oh, like, you're blowing it up out of proportion because I haven't experienced it yet. Which is just a ridiculous thing to say. If your mom gets robbed in her neighborhood, you're telling me you're not going to tell people within the neighborhood that, yo, there's somebody robbing people's houses, right? Even though you don't experience cheating or experience that kind of traumatic event, does not mean that we shouldn't talk about it. I feel like if there's problems within the gaming community or Call of Duty, we need to talk about it, okay? I think at least we need to have a conversation about it and not just put it under the rug and forget about it, dude. Just because you don't experience cheaters or haven't run into cheaters in modern Call of Duty games like Black Ops 7 or Warzone, or now with the Black Ops ports, does not mean that we should not talk about it at all. We should be talking about it, calling it out, and advocating that these devs, that Activision, put more money into defending these games. With how much money they've been making over the last 10, 20, whatever amount of years, they have the budget, they have the resources, they have the knowledge to fight against cheating, but they refuse to do so. And just because you haven't experienced it does not mean that somebody else hasn't. And I feel like it's just such an invalid argument to have when you say, oh, because I haven't experienced cheating, we shouldn't be talking about it in videos. It's a stupid thing to cover or talk about. It's just like, no, we should be talking about it because it's a genuine problem that people are now experiencing more than ever. And cheating is just getting worse on the Black Ops ports, and it's always been bad on Black Ops 7, but it's going to be like that for Modern Warfare 4 when a game drops. I'm telling you guys right now, man, there are more cheating clips, there's more people exploiting these ports that are making money off of it, and I literally had a TikTok video that was an advertisement of some guy asking people, yo, I will do bot lobbies for you. I will do this service for you on the Black Ops ports, and it's super easy to do on modern Call of Duty games. That is a problem that needs to be talked about and called out. Because at the end of the day, for my videos and other people's videos, we don't know who's watching. It could be somebody at Activision. It could be somebody at Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games. Somebody that has the power to make a change, to make a stand, to speak up for us, could be watching these videos. And that's why I make videos talking about cheating and hacking. And even though I haven't experienced it, I still want to talk about it because fighting against that is very important. And I want everybody from zombies, campaign, multiplayer, Warzone, now DMZ with MW4. I want every community to not deal with these low-life, jobless weirdos that are cheaters and hackers and exploiters in any Call of Duty game and just gaming in general, man. All right? So to anybody that's commenting on my videos whenever I talk about cheating, oh, I haven't experienced it yet, it doesn't matter, stop it. Stop being ignorant, stop being arrogant, and just add to the conversation. Talk about the fact that cheating is bad. Talk about and give your opinion on people dealing with cheating and how we could potentially fix it. Like, be more positive about it and try to advocate and try to make a change. Rather than talking about, oh, I haven't dealt with it, it doesn't matter to me, you're blowing it out of proportion, yada, yada, yada. Stop that, man. All in all, though, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it from me. That's all we had to talk about in today's video. Once again, thank you guys for all the love and support. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.